If you want to know the key to success, and I will not define success for you, you can define it for yourself. For me, success was never really money or stuff or things. I wasn't into that. I've always been like fine with, I have enough, I'm fine. So success to me might not look like success to anybody else. But I can tell you that through the things I've done and the things I've learned and all the ups and downs through all the years, there's a similarity or a sameness or I don't know. There's a common thread that runs through all these things. And the common thread essentially is that if you stay on a given path long enough, success at whatever that path is, whatever's at the end, you will come to. There's no other option. No matter which road you choose to go down, however you define success, finding a wife, getting your dream career, the right kind of car, doesn't matter. Whatever it is for you, finding the perfect hiking trail. I love high diving. I don't know. Whatever it is, right? Your version of success. Whatever road you choose to walk down. As long as you do not give up and turn around or get maybe you go off on a side, you get on the wrong trail at some point by accident. That can happen, right? You can get detoured. Sometimes it's not. But so long as you focus on what the end point was, whatever the goal was, and you keep going, right? Regardless of setbacks and detours, as long as you remember where you're trying to go and you keep going. And the time frame is different for the goals, right? The time frame is different for your versions of success. The time frame changes depending on how big the thing is you're trying to get to. But anyways, so long as you do not give up and turn around, right? Those are both choices you have to make. The detour, yes, but you can get back on track. At some point, you can figure out you're off course and get back, right? You can. So unless you decide to stop walking or go back the way you came, what's at the end of the road to success for you? The success. There's nothing else to do. The common thread through all things, you can call it mastery, you can call it success, you can call it whatever you want. The common thread is that as long as you continue on the same road long enough, you will get to what is at the end. And it's true of bad things and good things. You have to choose to walk towards the thing you want long enough to become the kind of person who then has those things. They don't just magically accumulate overnight, whatever they are. Emotional successes, financial successes, whatever, it doesn't matter. Relational successes, business successes, whatever they are. If you can't do it today, but you keep the goal in mind and you make whatever steps you can make, right, today, and then tomorrow you do that again, and the next day you do that again, and you keep doing that, that's what improvement is. I mean, think about it like learning to run or exercise or whatever. There's lots of examples. Any sport ever, right? Any game that you love, that you're good at. You started not knowing how to do it, and now you're very good at it. It's mastery. That's what it is. It's mastery. It's saying, I love this thing enough, or I'm committed to this thing enough that I will stick it out through the ups and downs. I will keep coming back to this because I refuse to not master whatever this thing is. That's success. That's how you win. That's how you get where you want to go. You remember the goal long enough. You don't forget it. You don't get distracted. You don't let yourself get bogged down in the muck of everyday, nonsense and emotion. And instead you say, no, my goal is there. And you keep walking. And today maybe you get 5 miles, and tomorrow maybe you only get 3 steps. But it doesn't matter. So long as you keep going that way and remembering where you're trying to go, you will get there. There isn't another option. There's no other thing. All you have to do, all anyone has ever done to get the things they have for the most part, I'm sure there are exceptions, but I feel like I can blanket it. I'm going to blanket it. They just stayed on the road long enough. And the road is it's different. The path isn't as long for some people as others. The detours, and that can be completely circumstantial. It can be, I was born in the 1600s versus I was born in 2022, right? The circumstances dictated to some degree, but people walking towards goals long enough, they reach those goals. They reach that success. Define it however you want. And also recognize that you've already done it. Wherever you are today in your life, you've done the same thing. Whatever you've done, whether you meandered in circles or whether you went down one road for a little while and jumped on another road over here and then you went back to the first one and then you turned to a third road, right? Whatever the analogy or picture you need to build in your brain to understand it, you've already done it. So I'm right. Our lives are what they are because we've walked in whatever ways we've walked. And it's not to say that no outside circumstance ever has a push or a pull. Of course they do. Of course they do. But can we get back on track? Do we even know what our goal is? Do we even know where we're trying to go? If we don't even know where we're trying to go, if we're just trying to survive today, I mean, maybe that's the starting point. But anyways, where do you want to go? Are you happy where you are? Are you comfortable? If you're comfortable and everything's amazing, that's great. That's fantastic. I'm so excited. That's amazing. That's what I've always wanted, is for everything to just be okay and feel right, and not, I don't need too much and I don't need not enough. I just want everything to feel all right, and kind of good and just, I just want to relax. I just want peace. It's all I want is peace. If you have that, that's fantastic. If you don't, start paying attention to that. Start paying attention to the feelings. Start paying attention to the suffering, right? The suffering is the entry point of everything. The suffering is where everything begins. Recognize that you're not comfortable in whatever way you're not comfortable, right? And it may be minor. It may just be like, Timmy at work or whatever, Billy at wherever, a daycare drop off, whatever it is. Just start being aware of it. Why do I feel like that? Why am I upset by this? Why does this hurt me? Or why am I suffering? Why am I suffering? Do I have to suffer? Do we all have to suffer? Is there meaning in the suffering? Can I learn something from this? Have I done any of it? Is there anything I can do to influence it? Can I make any changes? We at least should start asking the questions. If we haven't, we should start paying attention. We should start paying attention. It's all programming, though. You're already programmed. You're operating on whatever level. You're walking down your ruts. I've used a lot of analogies. I get a lot of little word ideas, pictures come in. But it's all programming. It's all habits. It's all addictions, right? And so wherever you're at today is it's compounding. It's running the code or whatever. It's running the program every day over and over again, and it builds to wherever it builds to. And if you don't even know there's programming in there, then start to think about that. What does that mean? What am I doing? Start asking yourself, why am I doing the things I'm doing? Why am I doing the things I'm doing? When I get upset, when I'm happy, when things make me feel good, when I respond this way in my car, when I do this at the grocery store. Just instead of doing the thing, when you recognize it, just go, why am I doing that? Why am I talking like that? Why am I saying this thing? Why am I having that thought? Why do I feel this way? Why am I buying this? Is this on the list? Do I need this? I mean, it could be any of those things, right? But it's all programming, it's all habits, and all of that is just different ways to say that it's just a commitment down a road. It's walking down the path long enough to get to where the path goes. And then it's also, hopefully it's choosing the right path. There's lots of paths in life. Some of them intersect and then you intertwine, and there's trails that meet each other at cool points and lookouts in life, right? It's not a perfect analogy, but it's good enough. It works, and it's fun.